Motorcycle suspension. It is vital in all forms of racing and riding, even motorcycle drag racing. Rickey Gadson with a fast lap. Stay with us in this video. We're going to find out why. Cycle Drag Universe, what is up? Thank you for stopping back for another video. You know, no wheelie bar motorcycles have continued to progress so quickly. And one of the big reasons why is because of the outstanding advancement in suspension technology. Stay with us in this video because we are going to meet Marcus McBain. He is a master of suspension and learn a little bit more about his company, M2. Marcus, how's it going, man? We're seeing some wild performances out there.
Oh, definitely. The air has kind of, changed up a lot. And, you saw the Gadson bike wheelie a lot. And so I think a lot of people are trying to get their hands around the tune.
How's it going with M2 shocks this weekend?
Outstanding, man. I got a lot of people in Pro Street. I'm really happy about that.
We spotted an M2 shock on this H2 Supercharged Kawasaki. What a sweet, smooth launch. Let's find out more.
You know what? We've got our forks, stock shock revalve kits, and then of course our S2 shock, which that's what setting a lot of world records right now. In fact, Adam Burrows just set the land speed record on Kawasaki H2 at 233 again yesterday.
Wow.
So that's 3 world records in a row for our M2 shock on H2s. So that's kind of cool.
So for any drag racers watching this that do not have a modified shock, what are the benefits?
Main thing is you're going to actually get control. I tell a lot of guys that are running, let's say you're running Crazy 8 or maybe a slower ET than that, man, a stock revalve is going to work real good with you. We actually took our time bringing out our stock revalve. This is off a newer gen GSX-R 1000. And it's not just for sport bikes. We see Marcus's shocks on high performance bagger drag bikes as well, even street bikes. It's not just revalving it. You want to have the control with the adjusters. You want to be able to have the custom spring, and of course we put the bearings on there so we reduce spring torsion on the actual shaft. But it's going to be revalved. You're going to have the nice collar so it's easy to adjust. Again, the bearings on there like we do on our big boy shock over here. Okay. And these go for $489. They're really good value. Very cool. Yep. Now the cool thing about you with all your technology, former road racer, and I know you got a lot of fun computers and computer programs. You can set anything up for just about any application. Right? Absolutely, absolutely. Very cool. Yeah, I mean, we're trying to come up with stuff. This is actually something we're going to be offering. This is for forks. Anybody who's put forks together knows it's almost impossible to put the cap on without crushing it down about 3 or 4 inches. This allows you to get a wrench in there so you can put the cap on without looking like a monkey having fun with the football, as they say. I love it. Frankie Stotts on the Honda, longtime M2 user. Another impressive no-bar lap. 655, 218, Frankie. Everybody who runs your shocks just talks about how great the ride is and how important you are to their performance.
Well, I appreciate that, Jack. And we work really hard to make sure we deliver a product that covers the whole spectrum. We have actually 13 different valving solutions within that shock. When I was working with Bud Yoder and Rickey Gadson in 14 to set the world records on the shock I was building at the time, I really looked at a lot of the performance challenges, especially in Pro Street, to keep the bike tracking down there. And the design of this shock really incorporates the ability to get down track traction. In fact, we saw that on the HDFR bike earlier this year when it ran 673. And the first thing you notice is that thing wheelied right past the 8th mile mark. And that's really indicative. It's tracking on the back half. And that's where the big times, the really good times come from.
We want to know what type of suspension do you have on your motorcycle and would you consider an upgrade to an M2 shock? We're going to hear from Rickey Gadson in a little bit on why this suspension technology is so important to him. Love it. And I see you got a bunch of other components over here. Yeah. Yep. What else has been a hot product for you?
T-shirts, obviously. That's the one with Frankie on the back.
Gotta love Frankie.
Yeah, gotta love Frankie. Here's a set of our Grudge forks for the ZX14.
Oh, Grudge bikes, okay.
Yep. And then this is just our mock stand, but we're actually going to be putting a load cell on this and showing how different linkage positions change the actual leverage into the shock.
The legend Rickey Gadson is a big believer in M2 shocks. Rickey, You can speak to this. No wheelie bar racing. That suspension is everything, isn't it?
Yeah, the suspension is definitely everything, and especially when you ride with street tires and no wheelie bar. Suspension is if you all you got to do if you put a strut on a bike, you got nothing. No, so it doesn't matter how good the tire is. But with Marcus, I've been working with Marcus since I probably was the first drag racer. He comes from the road racing world, and he used to work for the competitor that I used to run this shop, and he came here to help me out. And ever since then, we developed a friendship. But it went so far as to me and Marcus was the team out here, and we were trying things, and we were videotaping the suspension. Nobody does that. So when you work with all the other guys, Penske, and they have no representative out here. And when they do, they still don't know what you actually need. And I'm a seat of the pants rider. I can tell you what's going on every step of the way. And me and Marcus would come back, how did it feel? What did it do? And I say, well, listen, it don't feel like it squatted enough, it did this. So I would take my cameras, because I run cameras on everything, and we put the cameras underneath the rear of the bike and watch the shock. And we learned a lot on that one pass. When I shift, the suspension would rebound too quick. It would hit and come right back up. Marcus says, I know exactly what to do. We fine-tuned it. And
that's right. We think so much about power adders, tires, different components, but a lot of people overlook the suspension. And as Ricky said, it is so incredibly important. Marcus always has a great display and support at the drag strip at all the big races. Take a look at some of these goodies. It's a big performance upgrade, that's for sure. M2 shocks. Let's see it in use on Richard's bike. The old school GS. One of the most popular bikes out there. This is the world's quickest nitrous street tire bike, owned by Brad Mummert. Fearlessly ridden by the talented Rickey Gadson, Ricky's nephew. Boom, how about a 654? Absolutely flying on a street tire. Nice shirt, M2 shocks in the house. Watch this performance on Rickey Gadson's bike. What a beautiful, smooth hookup. How about Bud Yoder?
You know, now Marcus is not my best kept secret, unfortunately, because at one time he was. But I'm happy for him. He moved on, and he said to me, Ricky, I'm going to come back. Just stay there. I'll be back for you. I promise. I'm coming up with my own stuff. And he did. He went around and he developed his own stuff, and we started with my bike again. Nobody knew what's the M2 shock. I'm like, just watching my bike. And we started with my real street bike, and it went from there. But Marcus is definitely, I'm happy for him, but more importantly than that, he's the best track support you could have. On his own, this man travels more than I do on his own with his truck when he didn't have a trailer. His truck was just loaded with stuff. He just loves the sport, and he supports it, and he supports the people who support him.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope we provided you with a little bit of entertainment. That's always what we aim to do. We love motorcycles. You love motorcycles. Let's keep this thing growing. Check it out, guys. Up here on the wall, 100,000 subscribers. I love it. Thank you so much. It's all because of you. We appreciate it. Please come with any story ideas. We love the comments and the feedback. I read every single one of them. The positivity is always appreciated. And you haters out there, I love you too, because you keep me on my toes. Thank you for watching no matter what. Guys, to keep this thing growing, please subscribe to Cycle Drag on YouTube. Hit the bell for notifications. Share with some friends who like drag racing, like motorcycles. This is how we can keep this thing going. And also like cycledrag.com on Facebook, and we'll keep rolling. We'll keep finding those stories. We'll keep finding those impressive high-performance motorcycles that you want to see. Thank you guys so much. Truly appreciate it. You know, if there's anything fast motorcycles involved, we are in. Cycle Drag rolls on.
Hey guys, this is WWE superstar Zack Ryder, and when I'm not winning championships or collecting action figures, I'm on YouTube watching Cycle Drag and going to cycledrag.com.
Hey, Cycle Drag, you know we got your back. Come here for a second. Check this out. Brock's Performance Exhaust. Well, right now, if you go down below in the description, you will find a special link to save you money at Brock's Performance. Make sure you check it out. The link is down below. You can get your exhaust pipe and so much more. I hope you found this video to be very educational and informative, and dare I say, even a bit shocking. Conclusion is, if you want to go a whole lot faster and hook up a whole lot better no matter what you ride, make sure you check out Marcus McBain and M2 Shocks. They will get you pointed in the right direction and smooth that ride out for sure. Make sure you subscribe to Cycle Drag on YouTube, like cycledrag.com on Facebook, and you know, whether it's tech tips or the world's fastest motorcycles, we are in. Cycle Drag rolls on.